We have a huge Sharks update today as a new report links them to a sneaky signing of an offensive threat in this year's free agency. Plus, a Sharks legend is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. We're going to break it all down for you guys coming up on this episode of Sharks Digest. But before we dive into everything here on the channel, just want to say we're on the road for 2,000 subscribers here. We're less than 500 subscribers away. So if you're a big Sharks fan, you want to stay up on everything that's going to happen with this team all off season long, make sure down below and hit that subscribe button. But we got a lot to talk about today as the Sharks have been linked to a top free agent yet again in Brock Boeser, and this one comes from Sheng Peng on San Jose Hockey Now, saying that the Sharks, according to a source, are very interested in Brock Boeser. You want to read this whole article, it will be linked down below, but this is a very interesting one that I like a lot because we've seen them linked to a lot of crazy names so far this offseason, one of them being Mitch Marner and offering him about $14 million, but Brock Boeser is a guy who I think the Sharks could actually land with the right pitch, and how this team is so young, getting an offensive goal scorer like Brock Boeser is only going to help young guys like Macklin Celebrini, Will Smith, help them develop into the players they're going to be, with having a guy who's going to bury the puck most of the time when he gets it on his stick. I mean, looking at his stats from just last season, shooting an even clip of 25 goals, 25 assists for 50 points in just 75 games. At 28 years old, he's probably looking for around a 6 to 8 year deal, I would guess, and I really do like this. I think Brock Boeser is obviously looking for a new home here in the NHL, with parting ways with the Vancouver organization, and I think if he's looking for the money, I think he will come to the Sharks, because I think the Sharks are going to be able to offer him more than any other team will. I mean, just looking at a little breakdown of his game before we talk about the contract side of things, they say he's a skilled winger with a quick release and accurate shot. He thrives as a goal scorer, often finding the soft spots in the defense. He's not over physical or fast, but he's smart. He has high IQ, and he can contribute as a secondary playmaker. He's defensively average, but his value lies in his consistent offensive production and clutch scoring. And I think we could all agree getting another guy like a Tyler Toffoli on this team would be great to watch, because the San Jose Sharks have so many great playmakers right now. I mean, Macklin Celebrini is a great passer. Will Smith's a great passer. William Eklund is a great passer. They have a lot of great playmakers on this team. Yes, those guys can get it done goal-scoring wise as well, but having these pure goal-scoring threats in a guy like Tyler Toffoli, we've seen how good he flourished with a guy like Macklin Celebrini passing him the puck. I think Brock Boeser could excel even more with a guy like, with either one of these three guys passing him the puck and setting him up in his office to score those goals. And I think that's one thing that will intrigue him to sign in the Bay Area, is just this young team and that mentality of, we want to go out and win. We want to surprise teams. I think he could really rejuvenate his career in San Jose with a contract here. And like I said, we do see some early projections for Brock Boeser from Scotia Stat Cards. Make sure to go follow these guys on Twitter. They are a great source of contract information. They don't have enough followers, so make sure to go give them a follow. And if we just take a look at these early projections, they have them in here around a 5-6 year deal, either being at 7.9 for that 5-year deal or being 8.1 for that 6-year deal. I think I would more lean to the 8.1 for 6 years in this. I think the Sharks have a lot of money. They have over $40 million in cap. They can easily go out and sign this guy for 6 years, which would bring him to about, what would that be, 34 years old, I think? Maybe bad mental math there, but correct me if I'm wrong down below. But seeing some comparables on the other side here, we see guys like Elias Lindholm, Tom Wilson, Anders Lee, Gabriel Landeskog. This is the type of player Brock Boeser is. He has that potential to be a point-per-game player, and I think he can be a point-per-game player with this Sharks roster. It'll be very interesting to see what he does do here, and if the Sharks really go out and make a big offer. I think he is definitely worth the money here, and I think over the next 6 years, if he does sign a 6-year deal, I think he will really help this team when they get into that window of competing, and I don't think that window is very far away. I mean, maybe shoring up the blue line a little bit is what the Sharks need, but I think adding another offensive guy only helps because, you know, when you're getting peppered in these games, you know, maybe it's a 3-1 game, maybe it's a 4-1 game, having a guy like Brock Boeser is a guy who's going to be able to help you rally, or maybe not help you not let the game get out of control. Because if a team goes up 2-1, this is a guy who is clutch. He's able to score goals at a great rate, and I just think he is the perfect fit for this Sharks team. I mean, looking at a top 6 with him involved, I have moved Toffoli to the left wing here in this hypothetical scenario. Having Macklin, Boeser, and Toffoli. We have seen Toffoli play left wing in his career before, so I think this as a top line would be a lethal top line. You have 2 great goal scorers there in Toffoli and Boeser, and a guy like Macklin Celebrini driving this line, driving the play, making the plays happen. And I just think this is a recipe for success, in my opinion. And I think if I'm Mike Grier and the San Jose Sharks, I'm really looking at this intently and trying to get this guy in the Bay Area. And yes, I know a lot of you guys are probably saying, we probably don't want Toffoli on the left wing. Maybe we could just move Eklund up and we could have Musty maybe on that second line or something like that. And I'm fine with that. You know, this is something I just threw together quickly. I do like Colin Graf. Maybe he doesn't bump up to the top 6 right away. Maybe you move Toffoli down with Will Smith, and Will Smith and Toffoli kind of have some chemistry as well. I think I just think that right side of maybe Macklin and Boeser and Will and Toffoli is just a recipe for goal scoring success. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it down below in the comment section. Are you going out and signing Brock Boeser to a deal? I'd love to hear from you guys. I really like this deal. This is the best, you know, top free agent I think we've been linked to, and I think it's a guy you had to go out and get, in my opinion. But we want to switch directions here to Jumbo Joe Thornton getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. As we see here, he's a Hall of Fame inductee, joining the likes of Duncan Keith and a lot of great other names like Alexander McGinley as well, entering the Hall this year, and it's just so great. I mean, Joe Thornton, he just is a Shark. He bleeds teal. I mean, this is a guy who, you know, obviously has his number retired in the rafters of the Shark Tank. He's just a legend for this team. I mean, you want to look at his stats here. They're absolutely disgusting. I mean, 1,700 games. He has 1,109 assists, 1,539 points. He is a Hart Trophy winner, first all-time in Sharks assists, and he's the second all-time in Sharks points. I mean, this guy just bleeds the teal. He's the perfect guy to be inducted into the Hall of Fame for this team, and I mean, I've been a Jumbo Joe guy for my whole life. I love that power forward style of hockey, and I really like what he brought to this game and really revolutionized the game in this past, you know, 2 decades, and it's just very deserved. I'm so happy to see him enter the Hall of Fame with a guy like Duncan Keith, who also had a great career in Chicago, and I just love this. I think it's very well deserved, and shout out to Jumbo Joe, because we heard that he might be signing a contract with the San Jose Sharks to join the stuff behind the scenes, which I think is definitely deserved as well. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on Boeser coming to the Sharks, on potential of Joe Thornton joining the organization, and what do you think about him getting inducted into the Hall? Love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. But as always, I've been your host, KC. Keep your stick on the ice.